So, Christiane, we were just speaking about how art is changing, the internet technology, how it affects art and what we call art and how art is defined. Of course, social media has an impact as well. Your thoughts on that?
Social media has an enormous impact on the media landscape in general, and obviously on art too. There is something dubious about that concept of social media, because ultimately digital technologies are by nature inherently social.
Yes.
Your media is all about connectivity, and that potential has always been there, but it's been only in the 2000s that the term has really been coined, and we see an explosion of the kind of platforms such as YouTube and Facebook, and
is this sort of the web 2.0 sort of phenomena, if that term applies here?
Yes, definitely. And we shouldn't forget that Web 2.0 is ultimately a corporate construct, a term that has been coined by O'Reilly Media. So again, many of the characteristics that were seen in social media and Web 2.0 have always been part of digital technologies. But what has happened in the 2000s is that we have seen platforms that allow people to broadcast themselves. To some extent, this is a return to earlier paradigms, but then at the same time, link through these platforms, allowing for all kinds of rankings and filterings that make it easier for people to publish and to connect. I think that is the true difference here. But it's not always more interactive or participatory or more social than the internet has been in the 90s, for example. So I think the whole construct of social media has to be considered very carefully. But of course, artists also have started using social media platforms, doing work on Facebook, chat roulette, using YouTube as a distribution platform.
iPad doodles or something like that I've seen where people are using the iPad to create artwork with. Does that fall into the category?
I would put iPads and smartphones and iPhones in the category of mobile media.
Okay.
That is also definitely an area of artistic practice that has exploded in the 2000s. Right. First, we had Palm Pilots, which still were a little bit clunky.
Oh my goodness, that's really taking it back, yeah.
Yeah, and artists immediately started creating work for those. And now, of course, our smartphones with GPS capabilities and video are so much more sophisticated. And right. There is a lot of art that is created for iPads, for iPhones. And again, that art also falls into very, very different categories. Some of the works are to be experienced on the phone at any time, but they're basically standalone projects, such as little software art projects that you can activate. And there are others that are
apps. Is that what you're?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, apps for basically drawing on your iPhone or right. experiencing, manipulating an artwork. Or there are the ones that are more location-based and more social, where people can record their tracks and thoughts throughout the day and can share them with other people. So again, we're looking at quite a few categories of art on these platforms.
Yes.